Canada is reeling right now as a result of two terrorist attacks that have taken the life of at least one policeman and unsettled what is normally a very peaceful and calm country and nation. But as a result of their participation in the war against ISIS in the country of Iraq and the Middle East, now terrorism has come to Canada, and they're wondering what's next. To deal with something like this in a country like Canada, certainly America's had its share, and other Western nations, is unsettling and disturbing. It creates fear and it creates panic, which is exactly what terrorists want to have accomplished in Western nations when they perpetrate random acts, such as what happened in Canada this week when a gunman stormed the Parliament building and was finally shot down by the sergeant-at-arms there, and another officer was killed when he was run over by a car. These are tragic situations. Bigger ones have happened, killing more people in other countries. And there's lessons as we look at what is taking place here. I look at this always from a standpoint of not just the political geopolitics of the moment, but also from a spiritual perspective. Because if you look at terrorism as striking fear and panic within otherwise normal and peaceful Western nations, especially like Canada, and creating mistrust of even other parts of the population, and all the media hype that goes along with it, you realize that the terrorist goal is to break down the fabric of society and to rip it apart by whatever means they can do. And when they succeed in that to, again, whatever degree, their ends begin to be met. And so there's a lesson there. There's a lesson for you and I spiritually as we view and observe all of this. We deal with a spiritual form of terror when it comes to the resistance against us as Christians in dealing with this world, overcoming our own human nature, overcoming the pulls of this world, and living godly in this righteous in this age. We have that responsibility before us. And our enemy is seeking to snatch away the calm, the confidence, the courage that we might have to deal with the challenges that we have. So we deal with our own form of spiritual terrorism. And I think that is something that we always need to remember as we look at these larger incidents that take place in the news today. In Luke chapter 8 and verse 12, there is the parable of the sower and the seed. And Christ's explanation of the seed being the gospel of the kingdom that is sown within people's lives and minds, he shows that one of the primary activities that takes place after that seed is sown is the effort to snatch away the seeds of truth, the seeds of the gospel of the kingdom, and commitment and dedication from a person's life. It says that what happens is the devil comes and takes away the word out of their hearts that they should not believe and be saved. That's Luke 8 and verse 12. Satan comes on the scene to snatch away the seed of hope, of truth, of courage, and to replace it with fear and panic, spiritually speaking, in this age. We fight a war on a spiritual level against a spiritual terrorist every single day. And I think that's one of the great lessons that we must have. We have to stand up and we have to be courageous, and we have to deal with that, just as a political leaders have to be courageous and show how their own peoples, as in Canada, how to go forward, how to deal with tragic accidents and acts of terror that take place like this. They have to show that in order for the people, the country, the nation to continue going forward. We have to do the same in our own personal life as we meet the resistance that is there with us. That's BT Daily. Join us next time.